Hey guys, it's SRC Reptiles, and today I'm going to be introducing you to my bearded dragon Lily. So for now, this is what her tank looks like. Obviously, as she gets bigger, I'm going to be moving her into a 2 foot by 2 foot by 4 foot tank. But obviously for now, she is doing just fine in this 55 gallon. I've got these plants back here, which mainly were just for decoration to fill the space because I didn't like the white wall behind it. And the suction cups I used can hold up to 5 pounds because I wanted to make sure if she did try to climb that it would support her. And it's funny, she has figured out that she can either go over here, get up there on her hammock, and then climb all the way across, or she can start over here and do that. And it is quite funny watching her. So up here we've got her 100-watt heat bulb at this level that she's at right now. It reaches about 110 to 115 degrees, depending on how long that lamp has actually been running. And I've got a probe up here that tells me the temperature right where she is about sitting. For now, I have that hammock kind of strooped down low so she could figure out, hey, I can climb up here. I probably will raise that end up a little bit more in the future, but while she's still getting used to climbing up there, because that's probably only the 4th time I've seen her get up there, I probably will leave it down low like it is. And then about down here at this level, which is probably like about right here, I'd say this is obviously further away, but about right here, she's probably more at that 190 degree range in this area. And then of course we've got her humidity probe down here, which is reading at 47. Normally I have it a little bit higher up, but I think she's messed with it and pulled it down a tiny bit because normally I have it about right here. And then over here we've got the cool side sitting at 75.5 right there. And so pretty much this hide, she don't use it. I just use that to prop that piece of wood up onto. Like I said, I bought this not knowing it was going to be so tiny, so I just used some plastic threading and tied it to that suction cup so I could still use it because I was disappointed. I thought it was going to be a larger size, and I guess not. So I have this cork log with this piece of wood on it. This came with her, and so did that hide. And that was it. I was supposed to be getting more for what I paid, and I didn't realize until I got home because I didn't look through the stuff. We were just loading it up into my parents' truck. I didn't think to look because I thought they were honest enough people. Yeah, she's been really getting spoiled and really enjoying her food because the lady that had her before was only feeding her romaine lettuce and dubia roaches. So, yeah, from all the research I've done, romaine or any kind of lettuce is really not a very good idea. She's looking at the cat right now, so that's why she's all like that, because Cleo just laid down on the bed. For her UVB, the lady was using like a 6% Arcadia shade dwellers for like leopard geckos and crested geckos for this bearded dragon. She had it... all she had in here, because I will put a photo of what the tank used to look like, and she had nothing for the bearded dragon to get under it, and it was sitting on this side. So obviously I replaced that and gave Oddball, the baby that I took in that has metabolic bone disease, which by the way he is doing awesome, but I gave him that UVB light because I did want to utilize it. So I went ahead and gave it to him because that can only really help his further improvement. But I got her a T8 light fixture, and it has a 10.0 high output UVB bulb in it. So that is what she has, and of course she can get under it at different levels, as you can see. It is a 22-inch long bulb, I believe it was. So it's nice because it covers a lot of areas. She can get a little tiny bit over here. She can go over to that side of her hammock or under these leaves here. And of course she's getting small amounts of it at different levels if she's down here versus if she's very close. But I was reading that UVB light actually does not get through mesh as well as if there was nothing in the way. So I went ahead and got the higher output one so that there's more likely a chance that she's getting some versus not any, because some people were saying a point or a 5.0 was just fine. I didn't want to go with a 5.0, so I went ahead and did the 10. So that is what she has for lighting. And then, this is her bulb. Like I said already, it's 100 watt, but this is the specific one that she uses. The people had an 150 watt bulb in there, and it had melted some of the like design of the mesh onto the plastic rim of the tank. It has melted some of like the actual plastic around the tank, which I'm like, it's kind of hard to show, but you can kind of see in this area here where it's like all droopy and melted and stuff up there along that rim. I cannot imagine just how hot that was. If like the hottest they need is between 100 and 5, I believe it is, 115. Those are like in the comfort zones in there. And the fact that this bulb is 100 watt and can reach that at 4 inches, like the highest amount, is very concerning, because that means that that bulb that she used to have was probably getting close to 120, if not 130 degrees, like in there. Like, that is just overkill. She was also using this really large lamp fixture here, which is huge, and I understand that disperses the heat better, so it's not as hot in one area, but still, it was way too warm. The bulb here, which I've kept because I want to find a proper way to dispose of it, obviously, you can see it has like this really weird like pattern stuff right there on it, because it was actually laying on the mesh. And it kind of feels like that pattern almost, if that makes sense, kind of got burnt into the bulb, because like you should not have heat bulbs resting on any kind of surface. They need to have airflow under them so that they are not touching stuff. So yeah, that I'm just glad that nothing ever caught on fire while she had this, because that's concerning. Like, yeah, and it's just crazy. But all she had was like this piece of wood and something was propping it up, and that's as close as she could get. So at least she wasn't like super close. Also, I've learned so much about beardies that I didn't know by watching like people's videos on YouTube to like refresh my memory. Because years ago I looked into getting one, but I didn't know why she was doing this. And apparently, when they reach their peak body temperature, they open their mouth because they're comfortable. And I was like, that's so interesting. Like, I don't know, stuff like that. And then I was also reading, because every day recently, ever since she's gone into shed, she would like frill out her beard and she'd kind of like move around and stuff. And I guess that aside from being territorial or frightened, which is what I'm associating it with, it apparently is also a way they can loosen the shed on their throat, so that they can shed easier on like their head and their neck. And I thought that was so interesting. So like little things like that fascinate me. The lady that I got her from did not have a water dish in her tank at all, so that's kind of concerning. Like at the photos she sent me, there was no water dish. So definitely made sure we had that. There's a gnat. Oh, he got away. I need to bring my gnat killing thing in here, apparently. There we go, I got him. I definitely need to get a couple more of those gnat devices that I did a review on my channel recently, because for some reason, every single time we get bananas, without fail, there's gnats, because we have 2 bananas right now left that we're getting ready to eat on today, and yeah, the gnats are really having a heyday around those bananas. But anyway, water dish. She probably sat there for 30 seconds when I brought her home initially and was just drinking water. And while she's been in shed, I've been giving her little warm baths and stuff with just water. It's funny how she's looking over here. She's so funny. So her favorites so far, which today I got her bok choy and red bell pepper to try for the future. But so far she's been eating collard greens, mustard greens. Let's see, what was the other one? Kale she really likes. She loves yellow and butternut squash. And she does not care for green beans or sugar snap peas, because we've tried those. And she doesn't really care for watermelon too much, because a friend of mine said that she would try that as like a treat every so often, and hers really liked it. But like, she just don't care for it. So luckily my boyfriend really likes watermelon because he ate on that. So insect-wise, she has her dubia roaches, super worms, mealworms, and oh, what was the other one? Black soldier fly larvae. So I have a variety. I know that mealworms and superworms are not something they should eat on a daily basis, but I put it on her salad as kind of like little croutons for her salad. Oh, she was poofing her beard up real big. Oh, she's ferocious. Oh, she's scratching. I wonder if she's going to try to remove the shed off of her face. That'll be exciting, because she's gotten the shed off of her legs, and she's a really pretty yellowish orange color when she is not in shed. So, and she's coming over. She's already picked over her salad today. You can see her little belly. She is actually on a diet getting fed just once a day because I was giving her some salad in the morning and then a salad and insects in the evening. And all of a sudden I was noticing she was kind of getting quite round down there in the belly area. And so I looked that up to find out, if that's good or she's kind of getting overweight. And it was like, yeah, we're going to cut it back to just a nice salad in the evening with some bugs. So yeah, that's Lily. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed getting to see her set up. I know it's not like the most amazing thing in the world, but obviously it will work for now until I can get her adult sized tank. So we have a new house we're going to be moving into, which is exciting. So once we get into there, it will definitely be a little bit more obtainable to get a larger tank, and it won't have to be in our bedroom. Or if it is in our bedroom, the bedrooms there are larger, so it would totally fit better than it would in this room. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed my little video with introducing Lily officially. I've put a video or two out of her like getting little dubia roaches or whatever on the like shorts, but I had never put anything out for like an official video. So, and I'm glad she's as healthy as she is for only being fed romaine lettuce and dubia roaches. And the fact that she did not have a water dish in her tank. Like, she is also so tame and laid back. Like, yeah, she'll get bursts of energy and she'll like run around and stuff when I get her out. But like, otherwise she's very well tamed. So I was surprised because it was just a young couple and they didn't really seem too super knowledgeable on what they were doing. So obviously, like I said, with how they had the tank set up and there was no water dish and how they were feeding the wrong foods and the improper UVB, too high of a heat bulb wattage, yeah. So anyway, though, guys, I'll go ahead and leave the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.